Bring it. All right, here we go. Top of the morning to you folks. Today is the 12th of January. Yet another day of freedom here at the Harney County Resource Center. And that's the new name for this place. Certainly refuge only as it relates to Americans who are trying to restore our constitutional republic. Everyone wants to know the story about the hat, okay? First of all, I can't tell you the name of the person, okay, that was with us when I was trying hats on, okay? And I just so happened to put this one on.
Just kidding around.
And, yeah, just kidding around. And very nice lady in town who begged me to make sure that she remained nameless, okay? Gave me a hug, said that this was the best looking one, and I think it was the most expensive one. It just so happened to be the most expensive because that's why I put it down. But she bought it for me, and she's actually a person that cannot, and I believe this hat represents the voice of the silent majority that exists, that's supportive of what we're doing out here, that can't go to the meetings, can't come out and speak, can't talk out because they might work for the U.S. government, okay? But they know that what's being done here is revolutionary. It's constitutional restoration. And this hat that's exactly what this hat represents, okay? This is actually a ranching family and also a U.S. government family that can't speak out. So that's where the hat comes from, and I wear it not only proudly, I feel most comfortable, right? I feel like I'm Richard Petty. Look at me. All right, so that's the story. I love this hat. I love the people of Burns. I love especially the people that can't speak out. I want everybody to know this is what we have here among the media. We have FBI who's infiltrated, pretending to be media, and I'm actually going to seek out those individuals who are pretending to be media. We actually captured images of all the guys that were all strapped up the other day. We've got pictures of them out at the FBI compound getting ready to shoot people, and they're mingling in with the media. They're infiltrating. Okay, they're spying. They're listening. This is not freaking Nazi Germany. Okay, we're not in Nazi Germany, and we're going to expose the freaking Nazis. Okay, what you're getting in the mainstream media, and everybody needs to know this, and they are revolting from the mainstream media. The message that is communicated when Ammon Bundy comes up to these microphones, it gets all chopped up, and their narrative gets pushed forward in the mainstream media. What Ammon Bundy is going to do is he's elected me to take his 5-minute briefing, his update, unfiltered, unedited, and broadcast directly to the American public. So if you want to know what Ammon Bundy is saying, you're not going to get it from the mainstream media. You're going to get it right here on our channel. It's going to come directly to you, unfiltered, uncompromised, constitutional, and direct from him. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are living in the equivalent of Nazi Germany right now. We have a state-run media, a government narrative. They've weaponized the mainstream media. They are filtering, they are psyoping, they are chopping, and they're making absolutely certain that you don't understand the truth about what's happening here. This is the importance of the independent media. This camera, this live stream is the stream of the people to go with an unfiltered, unedited. The only narrative that I think is important is the narrative that's coming from we the people, represented by the civilly defiant individuals that I don't care what that politician said about his little charges, his list of charges. He was the judge, jury, and executioner at last night's meeting. He didn't mention anything about constitutional issues, did he? Did you notice? They don't talk about the U.S. Constitution. And when somebody does, what do? They shout them down and they throw stuff at them. Ladies and gentlemen, they are communists at those meetings. And I'm going to start changing my approach to the way I handle this communism that has so permeated this community. And we're going to expel communism from Burns, Oregon. And you think you can stifle my freedom of speech? Bring it. Bring it, okay? I got a loud mouth, okay? The worst thing you could have done is try to shut me up last night, okay? I'm about to freaking step up my A game. And I'm calling upon all members of the community to stand side by side with me in peace. No arms, okay? Stand with me side by side in peace, okay? And stand up for our constitutional rights. I actually am a member of the media. I'm the only profession that is specifically protected in the U.S. Constitution. And guess what they did? They violated they swore an oath, and they basically betrayed their country by suppressing my freedom of speech. Can you imagine that? Here in Burns. Why? Because communism was overwhelming in that building, in that auditorium. And I want to crush communism here in Burns. I want to crush socialism here in Burns. The Hammonds are still in jail. There's evidence that should have them removed immediately if that evidence is allowed to come forward. What is law enforcement doing? Nothing. They're chasing freaking mystery men that the FBI have set out that are following people. It's all fake, ladies and gentlemen. The FBI needs to justify their existence by creating their own boogeyman like they do with ISIS, like they do with terrorism. They fabricate it so that they can solve it. They recruit, hire, train, develop. They even supply bomb-making material. Do you think that they have anything to do with these people that are following the sheriff, that are following the sheriff's deputies? Absolutely. We're going to expose it. That's why I want the feds gone from here, because they mean nothing but destruction to this community. They mean nothing other than to cause fear and fear and oppression here in this community. I asked the sheriff, what about the feds leaving? And he says, oh, they're going to stay too in here. They're going to stay in the hourglass is blah, blah, blah. Your hourglass, okay? Your hourglass? I don't recognize your hourglass. We're on our timeline now, homie. We're on our timeline now, homie.
You know, asking the feds to stay here is like asking me as being a bank robber to investigate myself. Which way do you think it's going to come out?
That's right.
Thank you.
Yeah. You made me proud.
I did?
Yeah, you did. I'm very grateful for you. I'm grateful to hear your
Thank you,
speech.
sir. I'm Pete Santilli. Pleasure to meet you.
James Stanton. I'm
James?
Yes. I'm a 20-year Navy vet, retired master diver.
Are you really? Wow.
I didn't lose my legs in the war. Some would say more tragic. I would say more of a blessing. And 6 months ago, I didn't believe in God, and today I'm here with the Hammonds standing.
6 months ago? Really? Wow.
And today, this is the only armor and the only bullet I need. And I want to send a message to the White House to say,
Just very, very quickly, I'm going to spend more time with you, okay?
I want clemency for the Hammonds. I'm willing to take their place in prison.
You are.
Yes, personally. I have no problem taking their place, because if we live in a free America where they're going to be imprisoned, I think I'd rather be in prison and let them go free, because we owe them that much. Come back and talk to me anytime.
I will. No, I certainly will, Chief.
I'm not joking about
You're,
that shit.
You're a Master Chief, is that correct?
A senior chief master diver.
I'm going to call you Chief, is that okay?
No, I don't. That me is dead, and I'm a child of God, and that's it. I serve.
Call you James.
As well as I serve mankind.
Brother James.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Thank you.
It's an honor to meet you, sir. It truly is. I mean that sincerely. I'm not just saying that because we're on camera.
I'm not an honorable guy, but I appreciate it.
No, you are. By the words you just spoke, you certainly are.
I appreciate it.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see everybody here. Got a couple announcements to make. As you saw yesterday, that we took some action. That's not the first. We've been doing a lot of other things. That's just the most visible on this little spot of earth at the now Harney County Resource Center. You must remember, the match that lit this fuse. It's the Hammond family that's in prison. I would not be in Oregon if our federal government had not abused and terrorized the Hammond family. They are now 8 days. Here I am. I want you to know, America, we are on the cusp of losing our freedoms forever. We must stand up and ask our federal government to live within the confines of the law. This is about abuse. Healthcare. First announcement is that we are doing things. We want to be good stewards. And so today I will show you just 2 facilities. We are working the fam, putting pressure upon them, intimidating them, and then I'll just take a couple questions and head back down. To explain to the community why we're here and when we'll be leaving. And that will be important. And I think that's all I have for announcements. Any questions before I go back?
Lavoy, if you're going into town, do you have concerns about your security, about Hammond's security?
I certainly hope not. I hope not. I hope not.
Yesterday, County Judge Steve Grassi said that the cost for shutting down the schools and other county costs last week amounted to $60,000 to $75,000 per day. What's your response to that?
I'm so glad you brought up the name Judge Steve Grassi. Steve Grassi is the one that has put in tremendous pressure on other legislatures not to come here. Steve Grassi is part of this problem. Steve Grassi is looking out for Steve Grassi. And so I don't have much stock in anything that he says at this point, because I hope a lot of things come to light that we're finding out about.
Yes, sir.
That.
Is it also true that that this Judge Grassi is under investigation for his 4,000 hours of time that he put in lobbying for getting the sage grouse on the endangered species list unsuccessfully? Is that correct?
I don't know anything of that.
There is an investigation, sir.
Oh, there is?
There is.
I'm not
Yes,
aware.
sir. That will be revealed very soon.
Leave the refuge occupied?
Yes, there will be not all of us going in, just a few of us.
Will Ammon be there?
Yes, Ammon will be there. Ammon will
Mr.
be there.
Finnegan, this
Yes.
doesn't change the fact that this is costing the city something like $65,000 a day. Do you guys plan to do anything about all of the
Let's look
money
at
that
the
they've had to
cost.
spend?
Let's look at the cost. How much cost has been robbed from the people of Harney County as they regulated out of business the lumber industry? Remember, do not forget, Harney County was the wealthiest county. Now it's the poorest. Who is robbing who? Yes,
Did I understand that correctly? On Friday at the meeting, you'll be announcing.
that.
Ammon described the land yesterday where the fence was as private property. Was it private property or is it public property that they have a lease to rent, a permit to?
My understanding is it's just the forage right. It's a forage right that you have. Like on my ranch, the grass is what I own. I don't own the access right. That belongs to the recreationalists. You don't own the hunting rights. That belongs to the hunters. And the campers, that belongs to campers. And so I believe it's the same thing.
So the Pucketts don't own that land?
They own the grazing rights, the forage. That's private property. Hey, you own that. It's mine. I paid for it with my blood, sweat, and tears. It's just like your car. It's like your basketball. It's private property. But there are other rights that coexist on that same land. The right to go and recreate, the right to hunt, the right to camp.
Sir, do you believe that the costs that are associated with shutting down the schools is directly attributed to the fear that's coming from the feds that is being propagated in the
Let's
community?
look at the lie. Who lied here? They lied, says they shut the school down because of fear. They didn't shut the school down to fear. They shut it down to make a military staging place. Don't we get tired of being lied to? I do.
Yes, sir.
I do. All right, I'm going on down the hill, and I'll show you the building if you want to. Anybody wants to come down and see.
I mean, it's up to here now. Wow.
Hey, what was the condition of this building when you first came in?
It was terrible.
Can you describe what you saw?
You couldn't see the floor.
Okay, and what was on the floor?
Rat feces and mouth and the top of that box will show you. Just a minute, Matt.
Okay. We have a pest control issue that can be,
Look at the walls. Look at the doors. I mean, it's everywhere.
Before everybody got down here, they were climbing up the wall. The rats.
the rats were.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, these are paper towels.
So essentially, this is taxpayer dollars being spent and neglected. No pest control whatsoever. This stuff's just thrown.
There's a bucket of bait, rat bait and light bait sitting right there. And they couldn't even put it down.
So I think we need to buy a bunch of cats. And bring them
Yeah.
What is this, a pontoon boat? What are these right here?
I don't know, but right there there's a mound. Rat field.
A mound of rat poop. Just this area's just been totally neglected then. Okay.
It could be under here.
Your tax dollars. We need to get you some gloves. You need to get some gloves.
I do have gloves on.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good. I just want to make sure
No,
we
they're
highlight.
just clear gloves.
Okay, good. Yeah, make sure.
No, it's fine.
We need to make sure you guys are OSHA compliant, because you know what the government does when there's health and safety concerns and occupational safety and hazards, they shut you down, dude. They'll have you guys thrown in jail, you know? Sorry about that. It's a brand new pontoon boat, is that correct? Brand new, look at this. Is this for recreational use? Well, it also looks like recreational, especially because of the little kiddie floaties in front there. Just a disgusting, gross abuse of taxpayer dollars.
We'll have to wait for the forklift. So the forklift's coming. Can we back this up? Yeah, we can put that over there. We'll pile it in with the rest of them.
Jason, would you say at this point in time this area is now held in trust on behalf of the American people, because it's been this area, these taxpayer dollars have been abused?
Yeah, absolutely held in trust. We, you know, it was always intended to be held in trust. The wrong jurisdiction was holding, monopolizing force and holding, you know, the land and the residents sort of captive, and you could tell that when you were talking to them and what was going on. And to find this in disarray is completely crazy. But we know who's going to get it back. It's we the people, and we are the people. So we're going to beneficially use it, get it cleaned up, get it in nicer shape, so that you know, as the Harney County Resource Center sort of benefits Harney County, you know, it'll be in a more usable condition.
That's right. There you go. Thank you. Hey, can I show you something? It's really important.
Yeah.
Come here. You guys, I have to jump off the stream because I need to show Jason something. I'm about to freaking step up my A game. We're on our timeline now, homie. Bring it